Welcome to day 3 of the Just Say No Challenge. I'm Jackie Roby, founder and CEO of Inspire Journey Consulting, and your guide through these uncomfortable situations. You have chosen an area of your life to focus on this week. Perhaps even one distinct situation where you said yes instead of no, when really you meant no. You have spent some time understanding the discomfort that made you feel and how you would have preferred to feel. And yesterday really delved into the why behind you not setting a boundary. I'm so curious how that felt for you. It's amazing how these things sneak up on us in different points of our life. I remember not being able to call in sick, even at the height of my depression and panic attacks. I was scared deep down that I was easily replaceable. And so the minute that I said no to something, I would lose my job. Or they would know, oh, I'm not good enough. The truth is out. That wasn't the case. Or perhaps if I said I felt self-conscious wearing something, then maybe somebody would know how I felt about my body that day when I didn't feel good. Or even saying no, thank you to something today that has a lot of cheese and gluten. And even though it sounds delicious, and I bet I will love every single bite, my stomach and my eczema will not. But gosh, hurting the host's feelings, that's difficult. Especially when the host cooking is your husband or best friend or both. So today, let's practice, okay? How you can set a healthy boundary in a way that fits who you are. Now, what I want to let you know is it is normal to feel a little bit of anxiety around this. It's normal to perhaps want to send a text and an email, make it really quick. It's also normal to over-explain or think, maybe I need an excuse. I've got to say something. The truth is always better. But I understand that some scenarios aren't worthy of your vulnerability. And it has to fit where you are in this situation. If you think about work, for example, let's say a new client comes your way and you are so excited. You could use this business right now, but they're asking you to do something outside of your comfort zone. It might be part of your skill set, but perhaps it's something you don't want to do. How do you manage that without losing the business? How about setting some guidelines and parameters? I am so excited about working with you. Here are the areas I specialize in and can cover. Silence. Silence is your best friend. We tend to want to fill it with, but maybe I could do this for a little bit, or perhaps we can negotiate something, or I understand if maybe you don't want to work with me. silence. State your needs, silence. They could come back. Well, we really need you to do A, B, and C that we know you don't want to do. I understand. And I would love to work with you. And while I know that that is a skill set I have, those are not the services that I offer. Here's the value of what I bring. Now, it is up to you if you want to negotiate something different. But it is very important to set those guidelines. Should you decide to pursue it, put a timeline. I will fulfill those duties for the next 4 weeks until you can find someone else to handle them. And put it in writing. What if you're out with your best friend and you tell her, listen, it is not in my budget to really go do much today other than have a cup of coffee. And she says, sure. Let me take you for a drink. You're like, oh, okay, that sounds nice. She says, are you hungry? No, not really. Come on, just we'll split an appetizer or so. Okay, great. And then the bill comes and the expectation as it's pushed towards you is that you both put your cards in. Been there, not comfortable. Do you, A, put your card down, upset and steaming inside of you? B, walk away angrily and say, never again. Maybe option C, conversation. Hey, I just need to follow back up from what I said at the beginning. This is where my budget is. This is what I can contribute. I am really grateful. This is not comfortable for me to say to you, and it's really important to express. Because at the end of the day, your boundaries were crossed when you said no first. So you're not doing anything wrong. Oftentimes you have to keep setting them along the way. Not awesome, not comfortable, but important. Because what you want, what you need is important. So I want you to take the scenario we've been discussing and write out 3 different ways that you could set a boundary. See how they feel, and then say them out loud to yourself in the mirror. Get them comfortable, rolling off your tongue. Make sure that it comes from a space that's kind and firm, polite, loving, as vulnerable as you want it to be, to fit where you are with the person that you're meeting with. After you've done this exercise, come back into the Facebook group, tell us all about it. And if you haven't already done so, make sure to send me your human design chart. Until then, stay inspired.